Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, looks like I'm in for a real treat for today's thoughts video right about now, because yeah, this will actually be the very first for me to actually do something like this right about now, because yeah, honestly enough, I guess I didn't expect to officially talk about today's movie right about now. But I kind of figure I would probably make an exception right about now and actually talk about it here today, because yeah, it's actually really quite special to be honest, and well, I just literally got, of course, finally watching it all the way, and well, looks like I might as well talk about it here today, so yeah, I guess that's what I kind of figure I would do today. So yeah, anyways, I guess for today's thoughts video right about now, I think it's actually quite fitting that we would probably stick right on to, of course, streaming services right about now as normal, because yeah, pretty much got some time before I hang up my next movie in theaters for sure, which, yeah, from the sounds of it, doesn't seem like much to be honest, but hey, I'm sure it's still something rather good for sure, and well, I'm guaranteed to, of course, give you something really something nice for sure, and yeah, completely out of nowhere, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about this one here today, so yeah, I guess that's what I kind of figure I would do. So anyways, for today's thoughts video right, but now in terms of today's movie, we're definitely gonna stick to, of course, streaming services for sure. But except this time, we're not gonna be diving into something from, of course, Netflix, Hulu, yeah, Disney Plus, Crunchyroll, and plenty of other streaming services. Not even, of course, plenty of other ones like, of course, well, Peacock, HBO Max, and again, that's just to name a few right about now. No, for today's thoughts video right now, I think it's quite fitting that I should go ahead and talk about the latest movie that pretty much appeared on, of course, a streaming service that you probably may or may not have known for some time, Roku. Yeah, this is actually the first for me to of course, do this for sure. Yeah, I guess for today's thoughts video, we're going to be diving into, of course, the latest movie that had just hit Roku very recently. So yeah, truth be told, I've never actually reviewed anything that's released onto Roku for sure. But I guess, seeing how I was hyped for, of course, this movie for some time, I've decided to make an exception and officially talk about it here today. So yeah, I guess that's a first for me for, of course, this one, and I think it's quite fitting that for today's movie, time to actually get things really weird for sure, and I mean in a really good way for sure. So yeah, given to all of that, I think it's quite fitting that for today's movie, we're gonna be diving into, of course, the pretty much dive into the latest movie that had just hit Roku right about now, which is none other than Weird, the Al Yankovic story. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much why yeah, it's pretty much what I'm here to talk about here today is, of course, the latest movie that had just hit Roku right about now, and believe it or not, this is, of course, based on pretty much, or should I say, a semi-biographical movie that is, of course, centered around a world-renowned musician and pretty much a real true legend when it comes to a parody, which is Weird Al Yankovic. So yeah, it's actually all I can say on that. Alright, so before I could go ahead and talk about this movie right about now, I guess it's quite fitting that I should talk about, well, Weird Al Yankovic himself. So yeah, there is no denying for the fact that for quite a long time now, especially since after he first started for sure, Weird Al Yankovic has actually been a well-renowned parody song musician for quite a long time now, for sure, and for actually good reason, because the way he actually did numerous spoof song, of course, well-known songs, for sure, is actually really something unique, for sure, and not to mention really funny, for sure, and pretty much going all the way back to, of course, when he actually first started, for sure, to where he is right now. It's actually for a really, really good reason, for sure, and yeah, I guess if anything, there is no denying for the fact that for quite some time, he has been a staple alongside plenty of others that has been out there in terms of course, spoof, satire, and parody, for sure, So yeah, definitely right up there alongside, of course, a good majority of the Looney Tunes cartoons, and not to mention one of the, pretty much the early films that are, of course, given to us by Mel Brooks, who is, of course, a legend when it comes to spoof movies, for sure, and yeah, and that's another thing too, and that's right up there with, of course, some really great spoof movies that came out years ago, like, of course, Airplane and Spaceballs, for sure, So, yeah, I guess if anything, Weird Al Yankovic really does define of course, spoof, satire, and parody in terms of course, music, for sure. So yeah, quite literally, when he first started out with, of course, My Bologna, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, is actually a really catchy and really funny song. I mean, just the way he actually, pretty much carries out that song like, oh, my little hungry one, hungry round, having a little taste of my bologna. So yeah, sorry if I botch it up, for sure. It's pretty much trying my best to, of course, remember what I can, for sure. So, but yeah, you kind of get where I'm at right about now. So yeah, but to where he is right now, Weird Al Yankovic really does define of course, spoof, satire, and parody when it comes to music, for sure, and I do know in recent years, about now, pretty much of anything, pretty much everything related to, of course, parody, for sure, hasn't actually been seeing much, for sure, but hey, we definitely know we look back to, of course, the early years, for sure, and not to mention, the internet actually really does know a thing or two about giving us some really good parody, for sure, or should I say really good parodies entirely, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say for, of course, the hag for hand by now. So yeah, when I actually heard the news that they're going to be releasing a biopic centering around Weird Al Yankovic's life, and of course how he got himself into, of course, being a really great musician and stuff, I actually got curious again, really quite excited to actually see where it goes from there, and it's quite interesting too, because if anything, I think it not only pretty much set itself as a biographical flick centering around Weird Al Yankovic, but it also sets itself as, of course, a really nice spoof movie as well, which is actually quite fitting, because the people actually making this movie is, of course, a well-known online comedy group for quite a long time now, Funny or Die, which, yeah, I mean, I have seen like maybe one or two of their stuff on YouTube back then, but from what I'm actually seeing, it actually is quite interesting, for sure, and there are definitely on there with, of course, plenty of other online groups, for sure, like, of course, College Humor, How It Should Have Ended, and plenty of others, for sure, when it comes to really good parody, for sure, So yeah, I guess on that front, and especially seeing of how it's officially released onto, of course, Roku, I am quite curious to see on how this movie would turn out once it actually does come out, and well, it looks like the movie has officially dropped not too long ago, and I had just got off, of course, watching it pretty much earlier tonight when I'm actually recording this, and yeah, I guess if anything, I'm sure a lot of you guys may be wondering, now that I've officially got to watch it for sure, what do I think of this movie overall? Well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I won't lie on this one. I think this movie is without a doubt. Yeah, who am I kidding? I think this movie is actually really great. So yeah, pretty much for what it is, for pretty much be a really good biographical flick, and of course a really good spoof movie, pretty much the way they actually combine these two all the way, my God, it actually gave me a really good time for sure. So yeah, everything from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, and not only finds a way to, of course, really capture the life and charm and, of course, the spirit of course, Weird Al Yankovic himself, but for this also being a spoof movie as well, my God, it really does nail it on the head for sure, because pretty much from what I can gather, they really nail it on the head for sure, and not to mention, they also make it really funny as well, yeah. So yeah, pretty much works well as a really good biographical flick, or a really nice biopic for sure. And it also works well as a really good spoof movie as well. Something we haven't actually seen in quite a long time now for sure. So yeah, with all those mindsets by now, that's how much I really enjoyed this movie all the way. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about. First off is, of course, the story, and yeah, I'm gonna have to say right now, pretty much, if anything, the story for, of course, this movie, I say it really does do a fine job, and of course, doing what it needs to do for sure, and I definitely know with a good number of biopics, hands down, pretty much a good majority of it actually does focus on, of course, the individual's life and how it actually connects, and how accurate it actually does for sure, but at the same time, they did mix it up a bit to, of course, pretty much adding stuff that didn't really happen for sure, but almost makes you wonder the heck he actually did for sure, which yeah, can be a bit of a challenge for sure, because I know biographical flicks can be very hard to actually do that. But I guess for, of course, this movie for sure, in terms of its story, yeah, I won't lie, I think they really did a fine job with, of course, the story for, of course, this one, and they actually did find a way to, of course, mix in some stuff that did happen in Weird Al Yankovic's life, but also pretty much adding stuff that is completely fiction, but they didn't actually do it in, of course, a very serious way. No, they actually did it in a really funny way for sure. Almost makes you wonder, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much if it had anything, almost makes you wonder what would have happened if that did happen in part of Weird Al's life for sure, but I'm glad it did for sure, so yeah, I guess with, of course, the story for, of course, this one, they really nail it on the head for sure, and I'm really impressed with what I've actually seen, not only capturing, of course, the real-life spirit of course, Weird Al himself, but also adding some stuff that didn't actually happen, but actually find a way to actually make it funny for sure, so yeah, that's actually the one thing I really do love about this movie for sure. I really do love on how well these two combine together, which actually does make it a really good time for sure. So yeah, and plus not only that, I also found the film's writing, I have to say, through its really nice screenplay to also be done very well, which, yeah, I have to say, they really did a fine job with, of course, what they're doing, and that's one other thing I should mention already, but now the film's director, and of course, Weird Al Yankovic himself, actually did provide the screenplay for, of course, this movie, and my God, they really did a fine job doing what they need to do for sure. Yeah, pretty much, if anything, I almost want to go inside the mind of course, Weird Al Yankovic's head for sure, and it does make you wonder while he's writing, of course, this one. Yeah, I think pretty much a part of him is like, okay, we'll just make the first half of course, this movie all completely true and totally accurate to what happened to me pretty much in my entire life. And of course, the film's director will be like, okay, well, what about the other half? And then, of course, Weird Al will be like, you know what, for the other half, I'll just make some shit up that'll be absolutely really hilarious for sure. Perfect! So yeah, that's actually what I think goes on in my head when pretty much Weird Al and the film's director for sure was, of course, crafting this film's screenplay, which, yeah, I won't lie, it actually really does show, and it does actually offer some really great fun moments that I couldn't get enough of for sure, which yeah, I have to say, it really does do a fine job doing what it needs to do, and I really do applaud this movie through its really nice screenplay for sure to go alongside with its story. And that's another thing I should mention, pretty much the comedic moments, and of course the hilarious moments they brought in for, of course, the film's comedy. Yeah, I have to say, they really did nail it on the head for sure. Pretty much, I think if anything, I do know pretty much some comedy for sure can be very hard to actually figure out for sure, but from what I'm actually seeing, of course, this movie for sure, they really nail it on the head for, of course, the film's comedy for sure. Pretty much almost every single 10 to 15 minutes for sure, or pretty much a good number of moments when, of course, one of Weird Al's songs would actually play, to, of course, one parting, of course, the movie that does need a good comedic timing. I actually do find myself laughing really good at what it's actually doing, and yeah, I never actually pretty much had pretty much a eye roll at a bad joke. No, all the jokes in, of course, this movie really does work for sure, and I find myself laughing really good for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, those are what I can say for, of course, the three aspects that I can say right now. They really nail it on the head entirely for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've got those out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I should talk about for, of course, this one, which are, of course, the characters, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, these characters that I've actually seen throughout the entire movie, my god, they are just absolutely incredible all the way. I actually do find myself really getting suckered into, of course, the characters, and of course this one, and I really do admire them all the way. Each and every single one of them, including Weird Al himself, each actually go through a really interesting arc for sure, and I actually do applaud this movie for doing what it needs to do, just letting the characters develop every single moment they're on screen for sure, lead to, of course, where they are now for sure, which I have to say really is incredible for sure, and I really do admire that all the way. I really do get suckered in for, of course, the characters and, of course, this movie, and really does represent them very well, especially their real-life counterparts for sure, which, yeah, I have to say is really quite nice for sure, and yeah, I guess it's what I can say for, of course, the characters, and of course, another thing I should mention, all the actors playing all these characters, my god, they really pulled off some really great performances all the way. Every single one of them I've actually seen, they really pulled these performances off flawlessly, and I really do admire that all the way. But I definitely know the one thing that really stuck me through all the way is definitely Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic himself. My god, I have to say, pretty much of anything, they really did nail it on, of course, the casting for, of course, this one, and I have to say, Daniel Radcliffe is, of course, the perfect choice to play Weird Al Yankovic for sure, and everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, he really does capture his real-life counterpart perfectly, and I really do admire it all the way for sure, so yeah, and I would give him credit for, of course, actually pretty much taking notes on, of course, what the real Weird Al Yankovic would do for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything, he really does shine through all the way, so yeah, without a doubt, Daniel Radcliffe, I really do admire him playing Weird Al Yankovic himself. It is just absolutely incredible all the way, so yeah, I guess if anything, with, of course, the characters and the actors in, of course, this movie, yeah, they really nailed it for sure, and I really do admire all that all the way, so yeah. it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess pretty much now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot for sure, because since it is, of course, based around Weird Al Yankovic, I think it's quite fitting that I should address the music and the songs that are incorporated into, of course, this movie, and I have to say, they really did a fine job blending in the music for, of course, this one. A good majority of them are definitely, of course, pretty much different renditions of course, Weird Al's songs for sure, and they really did a great job selecting a really good number of them for sure. Like of course, not just My Bologna, but also a few others for sure. Like of course, another one, Rides the Bus, and Amish Paradise, and plenty of others that you can think of for sure. They really blend those in all the way, and it really does work for sure. And probably, I think, the one hilarious song for sure is, of course, the song that plays at the end credits for sure, which I'm definitely not giving away because I don't want to spoil the entire movie all the way, but let me say right now, once you actually do get to the end credits, I think you're in for a real good laugh for sure, as, of course, a really nice payoff to, of course, a really hilarious final joke for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much regardless on what I have to say, the music and the songs they incorporate into, of course, this movie is actually a really perfect blend, and I really do admire it all the way. So yeah, and of course, pretty much the direction, of course, this movie by the film's director is, while not necessarily perfect all the way, is still actually really good for sure. Though I will admit, probably I think my one nitpick that I actually do have with of course this movie is that maybe I think some scenes are of course a little bit misdirected for sure, and some that must have gone on for a little bit too long for sure. Almost like I'm pretty much looking at my watch and I'm going on like, yeah, I think we've already been through a whole lot, but yeah, please move forward. So yeah, probably I think maybe some things were a bit misdirecting and of course dragged on for too long, but I will say it's not necessarily perfect all the way, but I still think they did a fine job with, of course, doing all that for sure, and I do applaud this film's director for, of course, doing exactly that. So yeah, I guess that's all I can say on that, and of course, the cinematography, and of course, this movie is done very, very well, and I really do admire some really nice camera shots they pretty much put into, of course, this one, and it's actually done very well, and I do admire it all the way. And of course, I really love how caught up this film is through some really nice editing for sure, which is actually really incredible all the way. Truly does help with, of course, the comedic moments and, of course, the musical moments at the same time, which is actually really quite nice for sure. So yeah, I guess it's I guess it's what I can say for, of course, all that for sure. So yeah, but most importantly, I think if anything, it really does do a fine job, and of course, doing what it needs to do to capture the spirit of course, Weird Al Yankovic himself. Not only, of course, pretty much recapturing, of course, his time in his life for sure, but also pretty much making it such a way that is just absolutely hilarious for sure, and to which, yeah, pretty much, we do know it's actually false, but I do love on the fact that this movie actually really does have a really nice self-awareness for sure, going on like, yeah, you thought that actually did happen? Well, it's not, and, well, there you go. So yeah. And that's probably the most important thing that I can say for, of course, this one. It really does do a fine job in pretty much capturing, of course, Weird Al Yankovic's life, but also do some stuff that'll make it self-aware for sure, which is actually really incredible for sure, and I really do admire it all the way. So yeah, I guess, aside from, of course, that one nitpick that I have, those are what I can say for, of course, this movie overall. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, I guess that's everything that I can say for, of course, this one. So yeah, overall, Weird the Al Yankovic story is not only a really incredible biographical flick that is definitely worth checking out, but it's also a really funny spoof on, of course, the life and legacy of course, the parody musician himself, for sure. So yeah. Everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, pretty much from the story to the characters to the acting to, of course, the music and the direction and everything else that you can actually say right about now. It not only gives you a really good time, of course, doing what it needs to do on, of course, the life and legacy of Weird Al Yankovic himself, but it is also funny in such a way that you just can't stop laughing at, of course, the really hilarious jokes for sure. So yeah. I think I know for sure it's pretty much one movie that I don't think you should watch more than once for sure, but I say it is a really great one that is well worth seeing once if you want a really good laugh for sure, and of course admire, of course, the pretty much the parody musician himself. So yeah, that's my best recommendation all the way. But either way, it actually does make it a really great time for sure, and I really do admire it for, of course, what it's actually doing for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I am truly recommending this movie all the way. It is, of course, pretty much a perfect biographical flick on, of course, the parody musician himself, but also a hilarious biographical satire flick that is definitely worth nearly a couple of hours of your time. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, if you want to check this movie out for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. It is currently available to watch on Roku right about now through the Roku channel, whether it be, of course, its own app on several streaming services, or of course streaming platforms that you actually have for sure, but also of course online through its website for sure. So yeah, if you actually got the time, I say definitely get yourself onto a Roku and of course see this movie for yourself. And I do hear there might be a strong possibility that pretty much there might be some kind of pretty much some subscription based on how you can see this movie completely ad-free for sure, or maybe not. I could be wrong for sure, but hey, whichever you prefer, probably with ads or not, I still think this movie is well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, whichever you prefer, definitely fire up Roku and experience this hilarious biographical satire flick for yourself. So yeah, for my final score, yeah, I guess if anything, I definitely think it deserves it. So yeah, I'm definitely proud to say that I am giving Weird the Al Yankovic story a very solid 9 out of 10 as my final score. Truly a hilarious good time, and really does capture on what makes Weird Al Yankovic, well, Weird Al Yankovic. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, I guess if you actually want to experience this for yourself, then, well, grab your accordion and, of course, pretty much parody song this, yeah, I don't think that's actually a good way to say it, but yeah, definitely, of course, grab your accordion and, of course, parody your way to, of course, see this film for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and And let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Weird the Al Yankovic story and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites I have provided with, of course, the links down in the description box below. And of course, pretty much support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up in the near future, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest Fox video, and now if you excuse me, I just realized something. Today is of course Saturday, November the 5th right about now, and yeah, I just realized something. Tomorrow is gonna be November the 6th. You know what that means? My birthday's coming up, so yeah, I guess right about now I am really looking forward to, of course, will go down for my birthday, and I've already got a video that I filmed well in advance to, of course, pretty much gag out for sure. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that when it actually does come out. So yeah, but I guess until then, until tomorrow comes around when I'll officially turn 27, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.